Gloria Gendron Chase has been selected to the 2017 AHS Athletic Hall of Fame for her outstanding contributions as an educator and a coach. Her commitment to her players and students was endless and spanned over 25 years. Back in the late 50s and early 60s, girls' sports were struggling for time and recognition. Gloria Chase stepped up to set the standards for the programs of the future. In 1959, Coach Chase hit the road running when she started the first ever AHS field hockey program. The initial season caught everyone by surprise when her team finished the season with a record of 6 wins and no losses. But it was the second year of the program that her players set a record that still stands today. The players of this very special 1960 team continued to go undefeated, but even more astonishing, they were not scored on during their 9-game season. This is the only time in the 58-year history of AHS field hockey that this feat has been accomplished. The combined win-loss record for the first 2 years of the program was 15 wins and 0 losses. And as if that were not impressive enough, Coach Chase's JV teams went unbeaten as well. High scorer for the 1960 season, senior co-captain Eva Morin, recently recalled the time spent on the field with her coach and reminisced about the important qualities that were expected of them: respectability, responsibility, accountability, and integrity. Gloria's style of coaching led to an ever-increasing level of confidence, and this translated from the field to the classroom as well. Basketball was another sport during which Coach Chase's players attracted an enormous amount of attention. Over a multi-year span, they had a record of 23 wins and no losses. The dedication of the coach's players was epitomized by 2 sisters from Salisbury who frequently, in the dead of winter, walked the 3-mile distance from home to AHS in order to be at practice at 7 o'clock in the morning. This was the only time of day that the girls' team could be scheduled for full-court basketball, as the boys' teams and the town teams split gym time in the afternoons and evenings. Educator Gloria Chase spent nearly 30 years in the different gyms of Amesbury. Joan Hudon, a multiplayer athlete, remembers meeting Mrs. Chase in gym class during September of Joan's freshman year. Her first impression? Mrs. Chase meant business, but she was fun. Local legend Leo Dupree enthusiastically stated that Gloria was the most outstanding PE instructor he saw in his many years of teaching. He stated that Gloria was terrific with discipline, was highly organized, was very skilled as an athlete, and could demonstrate anything. During those early years, Mrs. Chase was instrumental in helping organize gym shows, during which standing room only crowds would spill into the corridors. In 1990, one of those gym shows was dedicated to Gloria Chase. The Athletic Hall of Fame committee recognizes that Gloria Chase was instrumental in leading the way to health, fitness, leadership, and motivation for the young girls and women of both her time and the future. Congratulations to inductee Gloria Gendron Chase.
Ladies and gentlemen, with her grandsons, Jonathan Toscano and Ross Takeizi, Gloria Chase.
Thank you, boys. This is very nerve-wracking. I should have taken that public speaking course back when in high school, a long time ago, but I didn't, so I'll do the best I can. First of all, I'd like to extend my deepest gratitude to whoever nominated me for this award. This is a very high honor, and I can't believe that I'm standing here. Also would like to thank Coach Leo Dupree. I worked with Leo for many years, and he was an inspiration. Believe me, he was the greatest boss in the world. Thank you, Leo, for all your help. I would like to thank the gals that played JV and varsity sports for me during my coaching years. They were terrific, believe me, and I noticed there are quite a few here tonight. Many thanks to those girls who dedicated their lives to sports. They did a tremendous job for me, and I appreciate it. I have a few notes here, but I know I'm allotted only 5 minutes, so I better get going. The field hockey team did a fantastic job, and every year at the end of the season, we would have a mother-daughter banquet. The moms organized the banquet, and they were so much fun to work with. I appreciated all their help, and so did the daughters. But they were at every game cheering their girls on, and we did have some fantastic games, believe me. On the basketball schedule, we went, I believe, 23 games without a loss. That was a sad ride coming home the night that we did lose. But I think over the years, the girls really learned what winning and losing was all about. I think we all have wins and losses during our lifetime. My greatest win was when I signed up to work in Amesbury in 1957. That was the year that was. I'd like to thank Joni Hudon, too, because during the basketball season, whenever I needed a hoop or a basket to win a game, I could always depend on her. I'd put her in, and she never let me down. Thank you, Joni. You were terrific. I think I've taught in every school in Amesbury, except this one. The old high school, and the middle school, and all the neighborhood schools, the Whittier, the Horace Mann, the Bartlett. Then they finally built a school on Southampton Road, and I spent most of my final years at that elementary school. I also taught a couple afternoons a week at the Cashman. But the Horace Mann still rings a bell. A long time ago, there were two young men at that school that were terrific. They had ability and talent. They were a joy to work with. They became the stars of the Horace Mann School, and they are Sam Wilmot and Dennis Miller. The only thing is, they were only in the first grade. You were just terrific, and it was a joy to go to that school just to work with them because they were so great. I really enjoyed all my years at all the schools. A career that stems back to 1957, and I retired in 1987, a long time ago. I'll just take a minute to thank my wonderful family, all the girls that I coached, all my colleagues, and my dear friends who are in the audience tonight. Without them, I probably wouldn't be able to stand up here and speak to you. Thank you all very much for all your support, and congratulations to all the other recipients, and go Amesbury.